You know the moment. Supper's done, the kitchen's clean, and 5 minutes later, you're standing in front of the pantry. You're not even hungry, but something's pulling you. A bite of dark chocolate, a handful of chips, something sweet, something salty, just a little snacky snack. And you tell yourself it's willpower or hormones, or that you just love snacks at night. But what if that craving, the one that shows up at 8:37 p.m. every night, wasn't random? What if it wasn't about food at all? And what if it was your body saying, I'm tired, I'm overstimulated, and I haven't had one moment of actual rest today? And that's what we're going to be talking about in this episode. This isn't about managing your cravings. It's about decoding them so that you can stop fighting your body and start understanding what it's been trying to say all along. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Decode Your Body podcast. I'm Tasha Miller, your host, symptom decoder and body clarity mentor for powerhouse women ready to finally understand their bodies. If you've done everything right, the plans, the protocols, the clean eating, and your body still feels unpredictable, this is where women stop guessing their symptoms and start decoding them through the lens of their unique body type. Get ready to become the CEO of your body. You may have noticed that the podcast got a little glow up. New name, new look, but more than that, it's even more tuned in. This space has always been for women ready to finally understand their bodies, but now it's even more focused on those aha moments that help you finally say, oh, now that makes sense. Because this isn't a place for tips and tricks or another protocol. It's about learning how to interpret your body so you can lead it with understanding. Now, if you're one of the powerhouse women who is done following plans that were never made for you and you're ready to stop guessing symptoms and start leading your health with confidence, then you're exactly who I created this for. Soon, I am going to be opening the doors to the Body Clarity Method, which is a live group coaching experience where you'll learn to interpret your body signals, understand your unique body type blueprint, and finally support your health in a way that actually feels instinctive and not exhausting. And the first round will be intentionally small, and founding members will get early access, preferred pricing, and the chance to help shape the program from the inside out and full access to the complete curriculum when it's released. This method doesn't exist anywhere else. At least I don't think it does, because no one's teaching it like this. Now, I'm not opening doors just yet, but when I do, my VIP list will be the first to know. So if you want to be part of a trailblazer group of women who are done outsourcing their health and ready to become the CEO of their bodies and ready to work with their body and not against it, head to tashamiller.co/newsletter, and I want you to join me there. And the link will also be in the show notes. All right, let's get into those cravings. We all know that point in the afternoon where we've been running nonstop, switching between roles, solving problems, answering a million questions, and crossing things off our list. And then you slow down for a half second right before you're making supper and your brain whispers, something sweet, something crunchy. And before you realize it, you're standing in front of the pantry saying, just one cookie. And in that moment, honestly, logic doesn't stand a chance. You just want something warm, salty, and sweet. And let's be honest, our kids know it. It's never just one cookie. And we've been trained to think that cravings mean a lack of discipline or that our hormones are the big issue. But cravings don't start in your tongue. They start in your tissues. And every craving is your body trying to restore balance. And those moments when your body just wants something sweet, salty, crunchy, comforting, and you don't know why, but it feels urgent, like snacky urgent. Well, most of us are taught to either give in or fight it. But what if those cravings weren't the problem? They were the clue, the signal. You know, we reach for what feels familiar, not what actually supports us in our body. And when you're stretched thin, you crave something sugary or crunchy to feel awake again. When you're overwhelmed, you reach for salty or spicy, something with a kick to match chaos. And when you're heavy or sluggish, you want comfort food, something creamy and smoothie. But here's the truth. What we crave is often the exact opposite of what we actually need. Your body isn't asking for sugar. It's asking you to slow down. It's not begging for spiciness. It's begging for stillness. And it's not demanding comfort food. It's asking for movement, for lightness. So cravings are not random. They're feedback. It's your body's way of talking to you. It's signals. And once you stop reacting and start listening, everything changes. So the question isn't, how do I stop this craving? The real question is, what imbalance is my body trying to correct? Now, every woman has a rhythm. Some are visionaries who are light, quick, and really visionary driven. Some are drivers, focused, fiery, always chasing the next goal. And some are anchors. They're steady, they're loyal, the one everyone leans on. And each rhythm has its own cravings. The visionary craves stimulation when she's ungrounded. That afternoon coffee or handful of chips isn't actually hunger. It's her body saying, come back to earth, Tasha, breathe, And the driver craves intensity, spicy food, wine, that second espresso. She's trying to match her body's fire to her pace. And the anchor, well, they crave comfort, warm, heavy foods, sweets. They'll cozy up with Netflix, not laziness, just the body saying, move me so I can feel alive again. And when you see cravings through rhythm instead of judgment, they stop being bad habits and start becoming mirrors of how you've been living. I was up late one night finishing a deadline completely, honestly, in overdrive, burning the candle at both ends. And then the thought hit me, chips and cheese, Tasha, chips and cheese. My mouth was watering. Oh, heck yes, I wanted chips and cheese at 10 p.m. But logic kicked in. No. And I tattled on myself to my husband. He laughed and said, Tash, you don't need anything. It's too late. And it's not good for you. And he was right. And I knew it too deep down. And in that moment, I paused. There's something the Amish call the Amish pause, and it can last for quite a while. Well, I took one of those, and I asked myself, why am I craving the chips and the cheese? I already knew the answer. I've been trained to know the answer. I was overdoing it. My body was exhausted. It was just asking for comfort. So, instead of ignoring it, I listened. I made a cup of warm tea instead, a simple replacement principle. And honestly, I just needed to go to bed. I had it in my head I was working till midnight. And that's the power of decoding. Cravings stop being enemies and start becoming a conversation from your body. When a craving speaks, it's never just one voice. It's like this chorus of singers. There's the body voice, which says, feed me, rest me, warm me. And then the heart voice, which says, I miss connection, softness, playtime. And then the mind voice that says, this is what we always do at 8 p.m. And most of us only answer the mind, the habit, and then we feel guilty about it. But when you pause long enough to listen for all three, you'll know which one is truly speaking to you. And that's clarity and partnership with your body. But when we don't listen, when we rush past those voices, the body doesn't just stay quiet. It turns up the volume. You start restricting yourself. Then you find yourself in the pantry, fingers deep in the bag of chips, salt on your lips, guilt heavy in your chest, swearing that you'll never buy the chips again and telling your husband, do not bring another bag of chips home. You override tired, you run on fumes until your body decides it's done negotiating, and you blame yourself for lack of willpower when really your body's just trying to help. It's not punishing you, it's protecting you. And cravings are your body's last-ditch effort to get your attention when your logic has stopped listening. What if, instead of fighting your cravings, you use them as your compass? You feel one rise up in your body, I need the chips, I need the cookie, and you ask yourself, where am I undernourished, physically, emotionally, or mentally? And when you understand your body's language, cravings become guidance, not guilt, like we've all been trained to, and your body stops being unpredictable and it becomes very readable. So when the next craving hits, don't label it as a problem, see it as a signal. I want you to pause and breathe and ask, which voice is speaking to me? If it's the body, offer it nourishment. If it's the heart, offer it comfort. And if it's the mind, offer it a new rhythm. And when I say nourishment, I don't mean, okay, we're not going to eat the chips, but we're going to go eat some salad or something like that. At 10 o'clock at night, your body don't need salad. It needs to get to bed. You don't have to fix the craving. You only have to understand what it's showing you. And that's leadership, responding, not reacting. That's how you lead your health, through clarity. So if this conversation resonated, honestly, it's not by chance, it's a sign. And you're not just listening, you are part of a movement. Trailblazing women who refuse to be dictated to by a $7 trillion health industry and are reclaiming the authority over their own body. I would love it if you follow the show, leave a review. Tell me what stood out to you the most. Your voice might be the reminder another woman's been waiting for. You're not doing it wrong. You've just been reading your body through the wrong lens. And when you start listening with a magnifying glass, and it doesn't have to be that hard. Your body doesn't have to fight for your attention anymore, because once you learn its language, everything changes. This was a short one, you guys, but I hope this episode blessed you. I will see you back here next week. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, tap follow and leave a 5-star review down below. I read every single one and it helps more women find this podcast. If you want to keep the conversation going, head to tashamuller.co for resources, offers, and all the ways to connect with me.